Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site, and today we're here with Jim Long. He is the president and CEO of Genesus. So thanks for being with us today, Jim.
My pleasure, Sarah.
Very good. Tell me a little bit about what's happening around the world in the pig industry.
Well, as many of you know, U.S. has had a really accelerated hog prices. They're approaching record high prices in the meat. We're within 2 cents. Yesterday it was $1.34 in the meat. I think the record high ever was July 14th, 2014, when it was $1.37. I expect over the next few weeks we'll surpass that. Main reason is we've got good domestic demand. People have a lot of disposable income. The U.S. wealth has increased during the pandemic. People have money, they're buying pork, they're buying beef. You look at pork prices where they are today versus beef. Beef is 2.5 times the price higher, which is a true reflection of that continued demand, and it's going to keep pulling the hog price higher. The other thing is a year ago we had the pandemic. The industry lost massive levels of money, and what happened was we liquidated animals, so we got less supply, greater demand, and at the same time the U.S. is exporting into Mexico very strongly because Mexico got hit hard by the pandemic on pork supply, and continued opportunities into China and other Asian countries due to the ASF creating a shortfall in their pork.
Very good. And kind of speaking of China and Asia, can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are hearing there?
Well, you hear two things in China. You hear on one side that there's no big issue, pork supply is increasing, and on the other side, the anecdotal stuff you hear of individual organizations losing pigs. I was speaking to a Chinese owner a couple of weeks ago, spoke English, so it was a very direct conversation, had 30,000 sows, but only has 10 left. Another group, one of the major groups in China, announced, this public company announced a few weeks ago, they had lost 100,000 sows. We know of another one lost 80,000. I think it's real. Certainly the price in China has come down from its record highs, but it's still significantly higher than it was 2 years ago. So it's all relative, but everybody in the industry, whether or not it be US, Canada, Europe, or Asia, is being challenged by feed prices that have doubled. So their cost of production's gone up. It's going to slow down expansion in China very quickly, I think.
And I guess one of the things we've been hearing for a while now is that yes, they lost a lot of pigs, but the sows that they lost is really a problem for them rebuilding. Do you see growth, or we're hearing discussions about this new variant? Are they just still pressed?
I think there's two aspects to it. The major producers have expanded very aggressively. We do Genesus does a global mega producer list.
Right.
And if you look at what the Chinese producers are claiming, the ones over 100,000, what they gained over the last 12 months, they claim 4.8 million sows. So huge numbers.
Yeah.
Now, we have to remember these are all voluntary numbers, and some of them appear to be a little bit of a reach. I don't know what their definition of a sow is, because it's almost incomprehensible that logistically some of the numbers could even get done.
Right. And what about this new variant, Jim? Are you guys hearing any? I mean, we have very little information about it. Is there?
Well, the variant, from everything you hear, came from the vaccines that were illegally made and used, okay? And with the difficulty it has, there's been more than one variant. It's spread the disease more. And the other thing is, when they vaccinated, they can't go in and blood test and select out the ones that have ASF. Before they called it pulling the tooth, okay?
Right.
They go in, test, pull those pigs out. The fortunate thing with ASF, it doesn't spread fast, and it was kind of working. But now they went and vaccinated, they can't do that. So it's created some other complications for their industry. I don't see a lot done to manage it going forward. There's so many pigs. The logistics, they haven't put in really strong rules about repopulation of farms. And the challenge is when let's say not very long ago, they were getting over $500 a market hog. All you had to do is keep a pig alive and you made a lot of money. So
Right.
It was huge incentive just to have pigs, okay? It was like, in a way, it magnified the problem.
Yeah. We've seen reports from Bloomberg and others that are saying that some of these pigs on these Chinese farms are just getting bigger and bigger as they're holding pigs back because their prices have fallen off. Have you guys heard anything about that?
We see the same reports, but when you look at 400 million pigs in China, it's
Right.
irrelevant. I think it's a noise story. Okay, like I don't think it's a relevant thing. The other thing is I've never seen corn there is $11 a bushel,
Right.
$11.50 a bushel. I've never seen weights get higher on a lower price with higher feed prices. It doesn't work that way.
Very good, very good. Let's just talk briefly then about Europe and what you're seeing there, and then we'll wrap. So.
Okay. Well, certainly everybody sees, how Spain has been growing. Spain has been aggressive. It's very important how they created the relationships in China, that they've been able to sustain, be the major exporter to China. They benefited from the ASF in Germany, which is, suppressed exports to a number of countries for the German market, which is a, second biggest producer in Germany. You look at Europe now, there's like different tiered prices. Before there wasn't so much. I mean, Spain's significantly higher than Germany. We see liquidation in the northern part of Europe. Spain's probably growing a bit. These feed prices that they have to deal with there too will suppress growth and probably slaughter weights.
Very good. And one quick thing about Germany. I mean, obviously they have some ASF issues there in the feral pig or wild boar population. Do you see that really having a big impact on them?
I believe so. I mean,
Long
if you look,
term,
I think you're seeing the stats now which say that they're liquidating sow herd.
Yeah.
I think there's been economic. It's just been one more thing. A lot of the farms are very small. You got generational thing. What's the future? How do we survive?
Right.
I think it appears to be liquidation.
Very good. We'll keep an eye on that one. So thanks again, Jim. We appreciate all your help.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
You bet. This is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig